In this video, I'm going to show you how you can dynamically show the last n orders per customer using a combination of the Excel 365 VSTACK sort by filter and take functions. So for this data set, I'm currently showing it for customer D, and there's a drop down so I can choose a customer. So I'm going to choose customer A here, and you can choose the last n order, so you can change it to another last n. So at the moment it's showing last 20 orders for customer A. If I change that to 10, this is going to show the last 10 orders for customer A, and it will also show you alongside with the dataset what the latest date is, the first date is, the total sales, and the total profit. So I'm going to show you how it's all done next. This is the dataset that the dynamic filter is going to be based on. It's set up as a table and it's called table sales. And I've sorted the dataset by customer name and then in ascending order the order date. So for example, I've highlighted for customer A the first 5 records in descending order. And so for example, if we're going to choose customer A and we're going to choose the top 5 records for customer A, that's what we want to display in this second sheet here. So the first thing we do is we're going to be displaying the information from cell B5 onwards, and we want to show the headers in B5 for the row B5, and then we're going to show the filter result from B6. So the first thing we do is in cell B5 we type the VSTACK function, and what the VSTACK function does, it stacks arrays of the same size in terms of columns. So what we want to do is we want to just show the table headers of the sales table. So we type table sales, then we open a square bracket, and then we choose hash headers. What that's going to do is it's going to show you the headers of the table and not the dataset. And then you finish off the formula with a rounded bracket and accept the formula. So now you have the headers of the table shown. Next thing we need to do is we need to go into a lookup sheet which I've created, and what I'm going to do is in column A I'm going to show all the unique values of the dataset for the customers, and I'm going to use that as a validation, data validation. So we type the unique function, and the array is going to be table sales, specifically the customer name. And if you accept the defaults by finishing off with a rounded bracket, you're going to get all the customers, the unique customers. What you can also do is you can wrap this around a sort formula, and that'll ensure that the unique results are also sorted using the defaults. So go back to the last n orders dynamic sheet. Next we need to go into cell M3, and then what we need to do is we need to go into the data tab, and then what we do is we go into this button here, data validation, then data validation again. And what we do, I've already set it up, but we need to choose this as a list, and the source is going to be lookup. So you click on this button here, then you choose the data source, which is going to be the unique customers, and then press this button here and then click on OK. And now you've got your, in cell M3, your list of all your customers, the unique customers. So now that we've got the headers of the filter dataset all set up, and what we need to do now is set up the filter dataset. But the first thing we need to do is we need to sort the dataset, and then the sorted dataset is then fed into the filter function. What we do is we use the sort by function. So unlike the sort function, with the sort by function, you can sort by multiple columns. With the sort function, you can only sort by the first column, and with the sort by, you can sort by a multiple column. So in this case, the array is going to be the table sales. And we're going to be sorting it by the customer first. So it's going to be table sales again. And specifically, we're going to be sorting it by the customer name. And then the order is going to be ascending. So we're going to choose 1. And for descending, it's -1. But for customer name, we're going to be sorting it by ascending order. So that's 1. Then the next array is going to be used for the sorting. It's going to be table sales for the order date, and this time we're going to be sorting it by in descending order, so the argument for that is -1. And then close the brackets to accept all the rest of the defaults. So here you see now for all the entire data set, not just for customer A, but all customers, you've got the entire data set, which is now being sorted by customer name and then by order date in descending order. So the next thing we need to do is we go back to cell B6, then we further wrap this in a filter function. So the array is going to be the output of the SORTBY function. And then what we do is we're going to have a filter, and that filter is going to be relating to the table sales relating to the customer. The name equal to the custom name, which is select from the drop down in cell M3, M2, and then we can press F4 to lock that cell reference and then accept the formula. So here you see now only customer A records are being shown for the filter, and that's directly relating to the customer that is selected in cell M2. So for example, if I chose customer D, you're going to see just customer D records. Next thing we need to do now is we need to use the take function. So if we go back to cell B6 again, we use the take function. The take function allows you to take the top n of a record set, so or the bottom end of a record set. So if I type take, wrap it around the filtered results, and then the second argument was going to be how many rows you want to take off. And in this case, I'm going to choose 10, and that's going to be fed in by the value they put in. So we're going to use cell reference M5, M4, and we'll lock that by pressing F4 and accept that formula. So now you see only the top 10 records for customer D are being shown, and the order dates are in descending order. So you've got the last 10 orders for customer D, and it's all dynamic. Dynamic to that, if you choose a different customer, let's choose customer G, you're showing customer G records, and if you want to choose, say, 5 records for the last 5 records for customer G, you'll just see last 5 records for customer G, and it's all dynamic. Great. So now that we've completed our dynamic filter dataset, what we can do is we can perform some additional analysis. So not just show the dataset that's filtered, but do some analysis. So I want to extract 4 pieces of information from this dynamic filter dataset. That's the latest date, the first date, the total sales, and total profit. Now I've already got the formulas on each of these labels set up. It's a simple formula. So for the latest date, we're going to take the max of column C, which is the order date column. And then for the first date, we're going to take the minimum this time of column C, and the total sales is going to be the sum of column G, and the total profit is going to be the profit sum of column H. And I put a range, it's going to start from row 6 to 6,000 to cover for, that should cover for all filter data sets. So now not only is it filtered, it's dynamic, but you can also get a dynamic analysis as well. So let's choose another customer. We'll choose customer A, and we want to show the last 10 orders this time. So as you can see, you've got a filter date set of 10 orders. The latest date is the 25th of December, and the earliest date was the 30th of October, and the total sales was this 3,230, and total profit was 476, all totally dynamic with the use of the VSTACK sort by filter and take function. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my next video.